Yo! So last night, episode 2 has dropped as well for Ironheart. And this is a review of that second episode. And it is definitely better than the first episode. And my review, I'm titling it as AI and the Merry Men. And let me get into some of that in a few seconds. Norb with Silver Age. We focus on content like this, going back to the comic books, and the roots back into Silver Ages, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Now, Ironheart is obviously a 2000 product, and so is one of the key villains in this, Hood. By the way, this does contain spoilers. There's no way I can get around this easily. So, AI and the Merry Men. We basically pick up the cliffhanger of the end of the first episode, which we kind of didn't know was a cliffhanger. AI being a person that looks like she might have been a reincarnation of some acquaintance of Riri, and as we know by piecing through the disconnected segments in the first episode, which probably should have been more flashbacks than in episode 1, that was her best friend who got shot in her stepdad's garage, as well as her stepdad. So we do have very traumatic experience here. And interestingly, the name she embraces is Natalie. And once again, we see here strong examples of Riri being egotistical, not thinking things through, how she developed this AI. She was trying to place an AI she got from Wakanda that she no longer possesses because she got expelled from school, as we saw in the first episode. She tries basically brainwave transfer, and she's listening to a tape, as we know in the first episode, and it brings back her memories, and it basically creates this AI. And this AI, I believe, is going to be more and more and more, besides being a best friend, guardian angel, and an interesting counterpart to Jarvis in the MCU, and eventually the Vision. I don't think that's going to happen here, but interestingly, and you can see she's got a nice personality, and once again, I will emphasize the guardian agent aspect. Then we see one of the plot things here with the Hood and his gang, and Riri helping them gain access to this CEOs, or not CIOs, CEO's company Tunnels Underneath, Tunnel, TNL, kind of a takeoff on Musk and what he was doing in Los Angeles. And but what is not readily apparent here is evident that there's a driving thing behind this, that he's going after her, and the failed attempt that they were trying to steal something the first time, the first episode, and eventually episode 3. But we get to meet the teammates he put together that are going with Riri, and I'm going to call these guys the Merry Men. They are a diverse group. Definitely have their own special aspects to each of themselves. I don't want to call out any wokeness or anything, but I think they just have some special access things. You know, here's one of the producers, Arabella, trying to help me. So hence, I'm calling them the Merry Men. They have some interesting skill sets, and I think different perspectives on culture today. And I think they all are driven about money, though. Money, money, money. And being able to do what they really want to do from their philosophy perspective. So I think, that's where I get this Merry Men thing, and these teams get merged together. And these teams being merged together, it gets to be kind of very, very interesting. These married men working for Hood are obviously are a diversionary thing to be able to have the Hood gain control and access. And I'm thinking, we can see in this, some control over the individuals who is the CEO of this, who I think later on we see a little clip later on that talks about things that kind of indicates that somebody did something to the Hood. And I have a feeling the three individuals he's trying to get something back from were involved with that one individual. Now, rumors are that individual might be Mephisto. Hence, we see the Hood in this thing has all those tattoos and somebody call them scales. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. But I definitely think looking at this episode in totality, it's better. It has a lot of strange question marks as to why really the Hood's trying to do everything, and why the team's been put together like he has, and how he put these guys together, where he got his money from. So that's interesting. And then I think the coolest character that I saw in this, well, besides AI, Natalie, which I really like Natalie's character, I said that before, is Joe. Joe is engaging, interesting, millionaire, black ops, weapons dealer kind of person. Interesting, but seems like he understands a lot more about technology and the moralities around things and what responsibility should be. And I think he's going to be a golden asset in conjunction with Riri's best friend, Natalie, who is now, of course, AI. I think they are going to help make her a better person. How do I rate this episode? Middle of the road. It really needs stuff from episode 3 to better understand it. And by the way, I went through this twice. Actually, a little bit more than twice. I think this thing is still worth watching. Hint, hint, episode 3 is good to watch. Great, no, hint, hint. But I think we have a path here that's decent. Where they're going to take us, only time will tell. Everybody, Nora with Silver Aged, have a great day.